ka na-ekwu okwu obiri igwe na-ekwu okwu ogwele ibe gbalụ Jehova ya lee eyi obiri igwe na-ekwu okwu ọ ka na-ekwu okwu obiri igwe na-ekwuzi okwu ike eyi Nnamdi Kanu odogwu bili eze ndị Igbo gburugburu Nnamdi Kanu ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo odogwu Biafra bili odogwu ndị Mozi na-agbala ọkụ eziokwu n'enu wesikanụ n'enu ụwa n'osi na chi ya dị mma mgbe mbụ ka sị na Nweze enwelo nwa mana tata na Nweze enwegokwa nwa mgbe mbụ ka sị na Igbo enwela eze mana tata na anyị bụ Igbo anyị enweghị ezenu Nnamdi bụ ya bụ eze ndị Igbo eziokwu n'enu ụwa ebuka eziokwu n'enu ụwa siri ikenu eziokwu n'enu ụwa esikanụ ọkwa ịma na onye na-achọ onye aka ya dị ọcha na ọchụgide onye n'enu ụwa chụbịa n'ụwa ọmanụ o ji ife nwata woni aka ihenu akalobe yilo n'oge wetu ya n'enu ụwa nụ ife Nnamdi na-ekwu n'enu ụwa nụ n'ọbụka oge si dịlị n'ụmụ Igbo mmanụ titi eji wee nwee Naijiria na ndị Igbo n'enu ụwa na pachibelo Naijiria ife a na-eme anyị bụ get away come closer onye ọbụla n'enu ụwa na-atụ alele ili niile n'ụwa bọọlụ onye Igbo ịchọ ọchịchị na bọọlụ nụ gwa m ife ga-eme n'ụwa ka emezie n'ụwa wee metụ ụwa mma n'ọkwa bụ ndị Igbo bụ nsogbu anyị nwelu na anyị bụ ndị Igbo na anyị na-agbazi onwe anyị mgba gwa m ife ga-eme metụ ụwa mma nụ gwazie m ife ga-eme wee metụ ụwa mma Nnamdi na o nwere okwu nchọla ịgwa anyị ichefugo na Nweze adefu na mbanụ n'ọkwanụ Nweze ka ebụnụ maka na amam
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your time zone. This is Biafra Radio, and my name is Mazi George Umeh. I reside here in the United Kingdom. One of the principal servants and the anchor of this very hollow platform. This evening, we're reaching out from United Kingdom, North London to be precise. It's 8 minutes on top of the hour here in UK. Past 7 p.m., the same 8 minutes on top of the hour past 7 p.m. in London and 8 p.m. in Biafra land. Pardon me for that. This evening, as you know, we're just coming to put some things, as you can see in the flyer, what the flyer says. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a monologue before I bring my co-host and the guests we have in the studio. We are going back, definitely. We are going to aftermath of Onyendu's renditions and the plot of the Renegades, led by Paul Chike Doziem and his cronies. We're going back to the aftermath of the rendition, the purpose being that our people quick to forget about the shenanigans. Those are running their mouth on social media. All I have to tell you this evening is to know one thing. Before you come, there was those before you. And after they've gone, you came, and as they came, and you have failed, you will go after as they came. So now I'm saying it very loud and clear. Those are ranting. You are free to say whatever you want to say. But it's very, very important to have your records right, because social media does not forget. Anything you say is being recorded. And remember, for defamation, because when you're using words that are not supposed to, when you lie, things you cannot proven, especially when it has to do with our leader, those that are opening their mouth widely saying things that is out of proportionate because of those you guys has gone mad right now. And remember, this is what happened in 2016. The same method, Chike Dozien was remnant. So they are employing the same method, to attack our leader, indiscriminately, with saying things that they cannot substantiate. It's very, very important. Whatever you're putting out there, whatever you're saying, make sure you have your evidence with you when you're saying them. It is not wishful thinking. And for those that are going to write things and voice them out to bring them to play on social media as if someone said it, doesn't wash anywhere. You guys should be very careful. It does not matter how you feel. 100-man committee stands. That is the way forward for IPOB, and that is the order from the highest command. Those that knew, Chike Doziem is remnant of 2016. So the same thing as Onyendu appointed him from the Kujo prison, IPOB, the structure of IPOB is only man by Mazi Namdekano. So this evening, we are going to give you the evidences of what has transpired since Onyendu was rendition. Forget about the shenanigans. You're going to yap. At least 6 months. We'll give you 6 months. All of you are going to wait away. If every single one of you could remember, so do you still remember some of you that just joined IPOB? Do you know who they call Imam Mazi? Do you know who they call Omio? Do you know who they call Clifford Iruanya? These are men of calibers. They're gone. So that's something you don't question. But I will say one thing this evening before I bring my guests, and I'm going to bring them in because this is an interactive session which Mazi Takano is here with us, and Mazi Lawman, my co-host, is here as well. So it's important that everybody understood what we are doing here. And Mazi Takano and Mazi Lawman, if you guys can hear me, please introduce yourselves before we can start what we're about to do this evening. It's very, very important. Mazi, please go on, if you can hear me. Mazi Lawman. Mazi Takano, go on, please. I think he's having a network issue. I cannot hear you. Mazi Lawman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, Mazi Umeh.
Good evening from here. Mazi, you're not audible. I think you need to check your microphone, please, and get back to us. Go on, Mazi. Go on, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank every one of you fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, people of good conscience and goodwill. Greetings from here, and I hope you are very well. A very good evening to you, a very good afternoon to you, a very good morning to you. Wherever you're listening from, we welcome you to this very edition, a special broadcast of a series of what has been happening in this second missionary journey of our great leader. I would not yet untie what we have here because I shall step behind so that we shall take it bit by bit. Thank you very much, Mazi Umeh. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi Lawman. Mazi Kanunta, can you hear us now, please? Can you speak? Still, your voice is not coming out. Your voice is not coming out. It's not audible. It's not audible. I don't know why. But it's not audible. Can't hear anything you're saying. We will continue doing what we are doing as Mazi Kanunta can. Mazi, I think you need to log off and log back in and see if that will work. Can you speak now?
I said, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. I can hear you now. Better.
Okay.
Good evening from here.
Yeah, good evening, Mazi. Good evening.
Yeah,
Good evening, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, according to your time zone. My name is Mazi Kanunta. I'm reaching out to you from Germany. Thank you very much.
Yes, Mazi. Without wasting much of our time, I just want to play a couple of videos. Yeah. The reason being that our leader has been jailed for life as the Nigerian government and the Britain, because the hand is holding our leader is not Britain, is not Nigerian government. Britain is behind everything that have happened to our leader. Let the world know this. And this evening, there's a particular video I want to play because it's very, very important. All these that happened to Onyendu, those that survived it, today they are bearing the burden. Because this world we are living in, regardless whatever you do, it must surely be proportionately given back to you. That brings me to Malami. Malami was the man that came out and told the world that Onyendu was extradited from the United Kingdom when he was kidnapped from Kenya. And today the hunt has become haunted, and now he's quoting laws according to him, things that happened to him. But the reason why I want to play these short videos is to show our people and the burden our leader has bared over the years, things he has sacrifices over the years, and those that are behind Onyendu's, incarceration has been jailed because Onyendu done nothing. Our leader has done nothing. But Malami today is the one dragging himself. I just want to play this short video before we get into what we came here today. I don't think that the video is, I don't know what's going on with the video. 1 second.
This is what I show me where I took it that from what my why are you allowed by the court order after the grant of this order to come over and take by external operators? When the matter is pending before the court, can you operate extraordinary right? And this is the right to extradite. Once a property is under Is it under provision when an order has elapsed? Order granted for 14 days has elapsed, and then you are coming to embarrass me day early in the morning. You are in my other house, and then you are here. Where is the order that gave you the permission to come over to my property and mark them? Is the order I want? This order gave you order. Show me where it stated that you could come over to my property. This is the order.
Malami is quoting order, is asking the order that gave them the right to come to his house, that the matter is still in court. But he was the man that superheaded to go an extraordinary rendition our leader from Kenya. Today, the man is now asking law to show him the law, just like Onyendu asked Omotosho to show him the law that he was being convicted on. To show the whole world that everything that has happened is a charade. But it's very important for people to understand and realize the predicament our people are going through and the burden that our leader has bared. That so many people today is in their comfort zone and be yapping nonsense. Malami is the one now. He's the one now asking for the law.
And this is what including you that people I am telling you. Please, Why is order? The order here is not specific, giving you clear directives to come and mark my property. And then this matter is pending in court. Where is the order from the court that gave you permission? Are you coming here to embarrass me unnecessarily? Because I am in court with the EFCC, so you are embarking on a position now to move nationwide and embarrass me? What is it? What is it about? Why is the order? Without an existing court order, when a matter is pending in court, you are coming all over my properties to embarrass me. That's the way it is done. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, we'll meet in court. I'm not done. Yeah, let them go ahead.
Yeah. But listen, after he said this, he said a bit in court because he has people behind him. But the reason why I play this video is for the world to see. And the two-fair, justice system they have in Nigeria. When it comes to us, there's a way they do it. When it comes to them, then they know that the law actually exists. But this is the man that told the world that Onyendu was actually, extradited from the United Kingdom, whereas he was kidnapped from Kenya. That was his first statement he gave to the whole world. But let it be known. But today, he is one now putting the law as former AGF. But that's not what we can do about this. But the thing is that what to remember and everybody to know. Mazi and Mazi Lawman, I don't know if there's anything you guys want to add on this video, because at the end of the day, the world must understand what we are going through and what our leader is going through. It is important that people understand the position things has gone. Mazi Lawman, if you can hear me, please.
Yeah, I can. Thank you. One thing is certain. Ikuiji mara onye ọzọ ka a ga-eji amara gị, as Igbo people say. Malami, I understand, is involved in a very heinous crime, or I should say alleged crime. I also understand charges related to money laundering under EFCC, concealing and disguising illegal funds, even as far as using proxy account, because the other day was looking at the weight of the charges. The weight of these charges, if they are put on a scale, it's going to break down that very scale. Charges are related to money laundering using proxy accounts. I understand he was alleged to have used proxy accounts to launder money, accounts that were traced, to his family members even. Hundreds of millions of money through companies, luxury houses in Maitama, and so on and so forth. So the point here is Malami, as the AGF, during his term, during his administration in office as the Attorney General of the Federation, there was no time Malami spoke out against all, those trumped up charges meted against humanitarian bodies meted against innocent people, and in this context, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, the AGF in cahoots with the judicial body, you know, and Buhari in on top, because I must not forget to add Buhari in this equation, chief of whom was, you know, at the fulcrum of making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when the Court of Competent Jurisdiction granted him bail in 2015, you know, they said, you could remember Mazi during one chat, media chat, Buhari granted in 2015, you know, he flaunted the orders of the court. So I'm surprised to witness now that this same Abubakar Malami, one-time AGF, is now shocked, you know, to have seen agencies like EFCC or DSS, you know, come to arrest him, or if you like, harass him when the matter is still sub judice in court. So all I can say here is the same lion you refuse to tame because you have the chains in your hands. I mean, one day, that same chains, the same chains would, you know, you would be no longer in control of them, and you will be the person at the receiving end of the roars of the lion. So I must say, what is his name? Malami is testing. He's having a test of his own medicine, Mazi.
No, thank you very much. Mazi Kalunta, is there anything you want to add before we move forward, please? It's just about Malami and his innuendos.
Yes.
Go on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Yes, please, go on,
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Your line is very faint, but it's okay. To start with, I just heard what Lawman said about Malami. These are people who planned the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. And today I'm glad they turned their back when Buhari was manipulating the judiciary. They turned their back. He was one of them that was pioneering all these things. Sponsoring of the terrorists. He came out openly and said it. They were giving how many billions? Were they giving? 100 billion. Meti Allah. These were the people behind it. And today I'm glad that he's testing a bit of what he sold in judiciary. And what I found most annoying, I was going through the newspaper today. I saw that James Omotosho sentenced, was he former Accountant General of the Federation, to 72 years imprisonment for stealing of 700 and something million naira. And they gave the man 72 years.
And where's the man from?
If I'm not mistaken. What happened to people like Yaya Bello that stole billions? All of them are working free.
Yeah,
It appears that they are all targeting Igbos.
Yeah.
Every little Igbos are the ones who are paying heavily. How much did Malami stole? They've given him bail.
Yeah.
Because they're using them to negotiate their political ways. I found that very, very shameful in Nigeria. That is only Igbos that will sit down and watch their own person being convicted. Somebody will steal 1,000 naira, the person will get 30 years imprisonment. But somebody that stole billions will walk away freely.
Yeah, but it didn't start today, Maz. Remember Omar Duko? It didn't start.
These are the signs of a failed country.
Yeah, it doesn't start.
And I don't think there is anything on earth that can save Zoo. with the atrocities they are committing and still committing till this very day. It's very pathetic.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what I just said. That's the two-tier justice system they've got, and that is the reason why. For some people might not understand. And I want to say something here. Issue of Biafra is not complex, it's very simple. 1966, 1967, before our internal leader declared Biafra, he didn't do it by himself. There was a consensus within the whole, elders and clients within Biafra land that gave him the mandate to declare Biafra. And what was the issue? The issue is the same thing we are facing today, marginalization. That was what that brought it. And he was a young man that came back from the United Kingdom as a military man, saw what was happening, and they gave him that mandate to declare Biafra. And so many people don't realize that what happened and what he proposed in the Aburi Accord. We want to get that into one day. Aburi Accord was confederation like what we have in the United Kingdom here. So every region to grow by their strength. That was what he asked. And the same thing our leader had proposed again. That the one came back, Harold Wilson said no. What was the issue? The oil. When you have said, take the oil and leave us alone. But people will not listen. Now, what I'm saying in essence is this. I'm making this assertion to say that a lot of people, some people don't even understand the history of Biafra and what it stands for and why Mazi MNK has chosen the party he has chosen. Because Onyendu is in DSS dungeon, is in Sokoto prison, is not because he wants to be there. He's there because he has sworn, his two parents has passed because of this issue, and he's not giving it. He has given everything, they promised him everything, he rejected them. I'm saying it to say that so many people don't realize why we are here. But we will remind you, for some of you who do not know or do not understand the complex and the complexity of what we are doing and what our leaders have sacrificed, it's important that people pay this attention this evening. But this evening, what we want to do this evening is that regardless of what is going on, IPOB remains what it is. It never shakes. IPOB does not move. The foundation of IPOB still remains the same. Nothing has changed. Now, this evening, we want to go back to the aftermath of Onyendu's rendition. And firstly, this video I'm going to play, because when Onyendu was rendition and what brought the rendition, after Onyendu was rendition and what happened. And the thing, what is happening today, and a lot of people say, go helter-skelter, is because of disobedience of what Chikapole Doziem did that brought all the mayhem and the confusion is seen in IPOB. There's a lot of things to unpack, but we will take it one after another. And we'll be giving you the evidence of what we are talking about. We just don't say them. We'll give you evidence. Because at the end of the day, the sit at home is where all this started. Everything boiled down to the sit at home. And sit at home, I'm going to play a short clips. Probably we've heard them before, but we want to talk about them because that is where the whole problem started from. Because they disobeyed our leader. Onyendu told them not to carry on with sit at home. And Chikedism actually, with all the whole members of, not all the whole members of DOS, assembled themselves, the cabal, and they concorded themselves and said that Onyendu did not give them any reason why they shouldn't carry on with the sit at home. And this evening we want to unveil them. Firstly, I want to play the audio of some of the members of DOS gathered together and agreed that they were going to carry on the sit at home, while Onyendu have told them to cancel the sit at home. That brought all this problem that we are facing today. And today you could see them talking. A lot of things is going on out of frustration, but that does not change anything. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. So let me begin by playing this video, this audio. And the date is there when this broadcast was made.
This effect, Monday we stand. Ghost Town is the key. And this microphone at this juncture will be extended to Mazi. On my table right now, Mazi Nworu is the representative of the Middle East. Mazi, take up the microphone. No.
Thank you, Deputy HOD. Am I coming out clear?
You are coming out clear, loud and clear. Mazi, go ahead.
Thank you, Deputy HOD, and thank you, my comrades, for us to answer this call to make sure we are speaking to our people, to understand where we are going and what our stand are. I also use this opportunity to thank Mazi, Jonathan Chinedu for anchoring this program. All the anchors on Radio Biafra, they are doing a very great job. They are why we are here. They continue. It's a selfless service, and we encourage them, and we will do everything in our own capacity in terms of support to lend our voice to make sure that this gospel continue to spread around and educate our people on the way forward. But not going too far, I want to introduce myself. My name is Mazi Chinasa Nworu. Mazi Chinasa Nworu is from Obingwa. Obingwa is in Aba province. And I serve the indigenous people of Biafra as the Middle East rep and also a member of the Directorate of State. Without taking much of our time or going much, I'm just going straight to the point this evening. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, the day we agreed, this is what you yearn for. The leadership hear the voice of our people who were yearning for an action, a way to demonstrate our anger towards the extraordinary rendition of our leader, even on the 26th.
I have to interject to say something. Mazi, everybody's going to have their own time, but I'll be interjecting so that everybody keep what they have to say. I'm not going to play this video for a long time. I just want this ranter to finish because this is combined. Nzumike was the person that started this. Now, the so-called member of DOS that have no, he has no portfolio in DOS to be fair. Now, he said what people are yearning. And take note that he said, we the leadership. We the leadership. Not that he's doing it for Mazi Nnamdi. They have that purpose because whom you're doing it for told you to suspend the sit at home. That is not the first time we started sit at home. Onyendu specifically ordered to suspend that sit at home until further notice. So note that particular thing he said, he said leadership. And that's what brings us again to understand there's no leadership in IPOB outside the structure of IPOB. No other leadership that we have within IPOB. I just want to take note of that.
Most of you locked down some cities. We did not call for it. It is what you people yearned for. The leadership went through, had a series of meetings, and come up with this Ghost Monday. It is a way, it is one of the simplest things we can do to demonstrate. If you can see, the day we announced this, remember that the DSS have refused even the lawyers to meet our leader. But the moment we announce this, they give a way for our leader to meet his lawyers, the legal counsels. And since we announced this, we have nothing to hide in this struggle. Some of the politicians, their agents, they are calling and disturbing us. And I will make it very clear here. We are not politicians. We are freedom fighters. We and IPOB leadership are not politicians. And I will make it very clear for those of you running around the bodies of these politicians, coming with your fake promises and all these things. We are not going to tolerate this. If anybody has something tangible to offer IPOB to take this struggle forward, you come out openly and discuss it with the leadership of IPOB. We are not going to entertain all this bedroom talk.
Okay, so this is where they all get along and still continue to do what they've been asked not to do. And Mazi Kanunta, I just want you to get involved to comment on what you just heard. Let's just begin with this. This is the genesis of it. So we're going to play other couple videos, but let's start with this first. Mazi, please, I need your own perspective on this.
Yeah, hello, good evening, all Biafrans. Can you hear me very well, please?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Mazi Umeh. I've listened to the video you played, the short clip. This was the genesis of the insecurity in Southeast, in Biafra land. Planned and executed by this man. Why am I saying this? I remember the first meeting I called. That was on 29th of July, 2021. Immediately, Onyendu came back to Nigeria. Was kidnapped and brought back to Nigeria. That was the first meeting. This Muhammad Abbas, aka Chena Sanworu, came into the meeting, was shouting and said that they have planned to go on Radio Biafra. And that very day, I told them, wait, let us finish our meeting before you go. He insisted that they will go, that we should allow them, that they planned this for the past 1 month. Chike then allowed him to go. And it was on that 29th of July, 2021, that he made this broadcast with these very groups that doesn't know anything about it at home and what they were bringing to Biafrans. And what was the reason why he went to do this thing? He's hungry about power because he knew that the ambassadors were doing sit at home in their place. And he felt he could do it in Biafra land. And on 30th, when we met, we discussed the issue. It was made clear to him that he's not supposed to call for sit at home without the approval of the leader. And on 5th of August, a message came that there should not be any sit at home. That people should be allowed to go about their businesses. I'm talking about 96 hours to the time. 96 hours to the time. More than 3 days plus. This man said no, they were not going to do it. They started their sit at home. From that very day, the problem started. And what they never knew is this, that even the British government were aware of what they were planning. There was a broadcast.
Yeah.
That was in BBC Radio 4, London. Not even in BBC News, Radio 4, where they were saying that IPOB now have a militia. It was because of the stupid broadcast these idiots that call themselves leadership went and met on that 29th of July. That is the beginning of insecurity in Alibo, in the whole of Southeast. And let me say it, the person to be held responsible till tomorrow is Chena Sanworu, number one. Chike Dozem seconded it and said that he will take responsibility if anything happens in Southeast.
Yeah.
What about Tonu Zurumike? Chukwudu Former, all of them. These are the people that are going to be held responsible in Biafra land. Because what is cooking today in Biafra land were these people. They were the people that brought the Fulanis into our homes and communities. And today is very clear. Everybody could see it in a broad daylight that these men were the agent of the Nigerian government from A to Z. There was a clear order to stop the sit-at-home on night. They refused. And I told them, I was in communication with Chike Doziem all the time. The records are still there. The messages are still there. I told him, this is the order of the leader. The highest command in this very movement, it must be obeyed. There is no sit-at-home. I told him, if you don't do it, I will stop the sit-at-home. Because it's the order. That is what we are following. I called him on 7th. I called him on 8th, being Sunday. Said, please call off this thing. He said no. I told him, after 2 p.m., I will call off the sit-at-home. And immediately it was 2 p.m. on 8th of August, 2021, I called off the sit-at-home. And I can proudly say it today. That very day, I saved the lives of millions of Biafrans in Southeast. Because what these men planned for us is more than a person can carry. It was more than anything anybody could carry, as long as this struggle is concerned. And that is why I'm saying it's categorically clear today, quote me this very day, that the insecurity in Southeast was caused by China Sanworu, Chike Doziem, Anthony Zurumike, and Ofoma, and the rest of them. These were the 4 people, or 5 of them, the cabals who were pushing for sit-at-home by every means possible. They are responsible. And Chike Doziem said it, and we will hold him responsible with China Sanworu. That is one thing our people should know. We can't run away from that. And when they were calling names, they were calling me names because I stopped the sit-at-home. And that reminds me something right now. I was just going through my phone. I saw something one lady was writing in Gozo Rabeze. How Alai Jumaka was sacked because they tried to stop sit-at-home. That Onyendu and Simon or the idiot in Finland did not want this to continue. They want sit-at-home to stop. I said, look at idiots. They were somewhere. They don't even know what is happening. And they're talking from both sides of their mouth. Let me make it clear to her. Her lawyer Jumako still remains Mazi MNK lawyer because she's writing nonsense. Still Mazi MNK lawyer. Till tomorrow. So I'm only telling you, before you write something, make sure you get your informations correctly. You don't come out and be writing nonsense because you want to write. You want to get love and retweet. Aloy Jumako remains. And it's not Aloy Jumako that stopped the sit-at-home. It was a very clear order from our leader. And this information came on the 5th day of August 2021. So before you say something you do not know, please ask questions. It's very, very important.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. Thank you. So it is important. Oh my God. Yes, it's important that our people pay attention when things are happening, not to be carried away. And this particular video here,
Alpha Power Media International.
Dangerous as criminals look for easy targets and quick profits. Yet another security crisis that's received little attention in international media is the clashes in southeastern Nigeria. The armed wing of a proscribed separatist group The indigenous people of Biafra has been attacking police stations and killing officers in the region.
Yeah.
The group accuses the government of neglecting the southeast and of torturing and
Mazi, if you this is the particular video you are talking about, right? The BBC
This is a particular audio. Yes, this is from the BBC Radio 4 in
southwest
London.
of the country to break away
Yeah.
because of clashes between local farmers and herders who are Fulanis, the same ethnic group as Nigeria's president, Muhammadu Buhari. Agitators in the southwest claim the government is showing favoritism towards the herders. The sheer volume of conflict around the country is leading to a siege mentality. More and more young Nigerians are talking about leaving. I'm attending goodbye parties for people moving abroad every week. One of my friends recently mentioned that the taxi driver who took him to the airport announced proudly that he was relocating to New Zealand. Nigerians have always moved around the world, but the growing insecurity could mean the country loses its brightest talent. As an expatriate, I always knew my days here were numbered, but part of me feels sad at the thought of one day leaving.
Okay, Mazi, it is important because everything we do, we need to just show evidence because this is the preliminary of this whole thing. Now, this is from the BBC, right? And the first video I played was and that was on 21st of August. And this message came, if you remember, this is when they started dragging it. So this is where the whole problem started. Because what you were talking about was behind the scene. We don't know all these things unless now you're letting the public know. Even the date when Onyendu was actually instructed to sit at home to be suspended. Now, that is why we played the first video where all of them sat down and concocted together and disobey our leader outrightly. Now, they sit at home, they carry on which they couldn't control, that which would have brought all the whole mayhem in Biafra land. Now, we need to play all this other video. Because I want to say something,
Mazi, I want to say something here. It has to be clear to people. Do not forget, this very video, when they made this announcement, was on 29th of July, 2021. You see how it dragged? Yes. Yeah. That was when they announced the sit at home. And did you see when BBC released their own news on 7th? October, 7th of August. Why the sit at home was supposed to comment on 9th of August? Do you know why that thing was done? They prepared the ground to slaughter our people. That was the reason. And I can tell you on that very day, as at the 7th of October, of August, there was British Royal Navy was in the Bath of Biafra, called Bath of Bonny. And even American warship was in Tikanaland on that very day. They came to kill. It was something that was well planned and well calculated. So people should understand this. When things are happening, they don't only listen. You should try to read meaning into what is happening. It is very, very important. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi. So, Biafrans, the reason why we're doing this program is very, very imperative to people to realize the genesis. Because now you can see so many ranters on social media saying things without substantiating them. The problem we have today in Biafra land, the voice I want to play, this voice is out there, people are hearing it, is to incorporate. The first one he heard, Chikedozem was not there, right? That was a couple of members of so-called the cabal, we won't call them DOS. They are renegades now. They are renegades. These renegades, when they assemble themselves, led by Insubordination, now they disobeyed Onyendu. Now Chikedozem, as it started to metamorphose, Chikedozem now sum up now to come up. And now you're going to hear both Chikedozem and the so-called China Sanworo, Mohammed Abbas, aka China Sanworo, the faceless monk. Nobody knows who this guy is. But let's hear their voice again before we move forward. Maz, it's important because, I mean, let's just do this tonight because there's so many things we have to do.
And I asked our people, those that I had discussion, I said, but what is the reason? Did Onyendu give any reason why we should suspend it? And they said he didn't give a reason. And I asked them, but you tell me, what reason would I give Biafrans why I am suspending this sit at home when our demands has not been met? That was my question. I asked those both in DOS and those who were not in DOS that I had the opportunity to speak. They were there the news. I asked them, what will be the reason I have to give? And well, with that, sorry, I think I'm trying to mix a little thing here, but the lawyers have not come back to us now. Now, this is before the night, the first day of it. So when I was asking them, what is the reason they want us to suspend this thing? And they told me that we should use NECO as an excuse. I mean, we should use NECO because of the exam that the people are trying to hold. And I said, but NECO doesn't really, it's not the strongest excuse to give the Biafrans why we should stop the sit at home. And I will be very, very frank. And I will take the responsibility. I haven't said it on air before because it's not, I don't come on air to, and I said, because there is no reason from our leader that we should stop this sit at home, that we are going.
After due consultation with our leader.
That is first, Chike doesn't say we take responsibility. And this guy now talking about after consultation with our leader, he didn't consult Onyendu. Onyendu gave them instruction which they didn't follow. Listen to him before we move forward.
We went ahead, conducted the first sit at home that was carried around the world. Our leader continued to send message that the sit at home, we should call it off. The message continued to come. Everybody was reluctant to call it off. Why I'm explaining?
Yeah, Mazi, this is the only message we needed, to incorporate this. I mean, to get to some of those people who were not aware of what's happened, based on the genesis of what transpired, because we're going back to the aftermath of Onyendu's rendition and what is happening in Biafra land today. So you heard Chike said that Onyendu did not give him reason. Your boss, the supreme leader, have to give you reason. Now you questioning him because you think he's incapacitated. That's what he meant, right? He took that book by the horn. He assumed the order by himself and he accepted responsibility. And China Saworu, Muhammad Abbas now said after due consultation for the first sit at home, they did according to him. But when you continue to send message, everybody was reluctant to act on what our leader has instructed them to do. Mazi, your view on that?
I want to start with a particular point he made. After he said that when he asked for a reason why the sit at home must be stopped. And that he said, when he said, when he was saying you, he was referring to me.
Okay.
It's me. He was referring to me, Kano Takano. That was because I was the one that called him and said, this is what Onyendu said. He said, what reason do I have to give to Biafrans? I told him, if you don't know what this NACO, our children are writing exam, they should go and do the exams. That was, he was referring to me. Now, after this, what followed suit? He claimed responsibility. And for those of them who are out there yapping, they were saying that we were not getting messages from our leader. But Muhammad Abbas has confirmed it. He has confirmed it, that messages were coming.
Yeah.
So now it is very clear to them that everything we did was according to the instruction of the leader. And that is the chain of command. That is the command and control. But they felt that they were big because they've reached a deal with the politicians that sent them to do what they're doing. That was why they said, we have to do all this to make sure we crumble IPOB, to make sure that Mazi MNK will not see the day of the light. This was something that they well planned, because if you did not plan it, Your leader is telling you, this is what I want you to do. He is the one that is inside. He knows the terrain very well. He said, do not do this, do it this way. You insisted you must have to do it in your own way. What does that tell you? Is there an act of sabotage and somebody being compromised?
Maz, that's a treason. This man not supposed to walk freely. It's a treason. It's treason. You know? and don't forget that what we are practicing here is paramilitary system. Mazi, Lawman, please. I think you had the videos we played. Please give us your perspective, please.
Yeah, when something, a handwriting comes on the wall, or let me take you back during the Old Testaments in the Bible, a handwriting did pop up, or fasten. And people found it difficult to interpret the handwriting on the wall. A couple of years ago, this is March 24, and March 17, 2017, Chike Doziem assumed office as the head of Directorate of States of the Indigenous People of Biafra.
Yeah.
And Doziem has immersed himself in what IPOB stands for, in the modus operandi of how IPOB works. He has worked in close relation with his boss, Onyendu MNK, our leader overall. He has come to understand, or from that time until now, he should have understood how Mazi MNK works. Mazi MNK always he does tell us on radio that IPOB is unorthodox. We have our ways of doing things. We might not follow a particular timetable or outline. That is why if you observe a lot of things happening in this movement, if let me just follow a maxim, a line somewhere in the Bible which says, all these things worked for good, that one thing might happen at the end. Mazi MNK, who comes up with maybe an instruction or a rule or a law for you to execute, he must have himself drawn a graph or plotted a graph to see or to have seen the consequences of the same order. Right from when Onyendu MNK told us about election, remember that night of signed, sealed, and delivered? We never questioned him. You remember a lot of instances, a lot of cases I'm trying to recall that, really, it might be difficult for you to do, but the leader himself has found himself in such shoes several times, and he had to do the needful. Now, let's also bring to limelight what we are talking about. You see, this issue of sit at home, Onyendu understands is a very big tool. He does call it a tool of civil disobedience, knowing when to use it and when not to use it. When Onyendu gave this instruction for them to call off the sit-at-home, they were unhappy, or let me just say, they felt it would have been a Herculean task to tell people or to convince them, why or why not sit at home. However, the instructions were call off the sit at home. And doing same or not doing same, it did amount to an act of insubordination. I think that was the word you were trying to bring in here. That was insubordination. And up until now, the handwriting, which were the writings which were somewhat difficult to have interpreted, is now clear. These acts of insubordination did not start today. It started as far back as July 2021. Mazi. And if you observe this Chinasa, he is in the media, he is in the security wing, he is everywhere trying to usurp this very directorate. The handwriting is clear. So it is high time our people see this very handwriting as not being a jargon, but the clear handwriting there is that aka enwe, aka mmadụ nọ n'ofe n'ọhọgo aka enwe. So the evidence, these shreds of evidence outlined here for our people, you know, sometimes it seems our people, we have short-term memory, so Onyendu used to say, and clearly so. Because why not, why don't we compound, why don't people compound this series of the happenings of the aftermath of Onyendu's rendition up until now, of these same people, or let me just say a handful of people in the DOS towards calling up for Onyendu's release, you know, organizing protests. Now, Onyendu in rendition, I mean in incarceration, go and visit him was also a Herculean task for them. All these things, when you connect the dots, it's crystal clear that these people, number one, they wouldn't even want Onyendu to be released. They would want to steer this ship to only God knows where. So this act of insubordination is...
Yeah, Mazi, you're breaking up. Okay, thank you very much, Mazi Lawman. And let's move forward. Mazi, for me, this is the foundation of what we are doing, because this program is going to come on segments, right? Tonight, to establish what bring about the insecurity in Biafra land and those that orchestrated it. And that is what we have established, because this segment we have tonight is the beginning of the aftermath of Mazi MNK, our leader's rendition, and what has transpired, led by Paul Chike Doziem, because the renegades are the people, they are the ones that everybody must hold responsible for what has happened. And now, all their plot, the renegades plot now, we can see it. Mazi, I said it in my monologue before you guys came in. What we are experiencing right now is not what we are not used to. If you remember 2016, after Radio Biafra International, remember the first accused our leader was $1 million. Onyendu stole $1 million. When Onyendu went to America and brought our account to the whole world, because we have all this video. I'm just saying it because programs are coming. Now, when Onyendu went to America, they pushed Onyendu to ask our head of finance, which is Madam Nenianya, to print IPOB account, the money we have in account. That is when Americans found out they didn't contribute anything. It was plain. Now, the same thing that they're repeating the same theory. You see people shouting that Onyendu accountability. Mazi, what I want to tell Biafrans tonight is this. Tonight is about establishing what happened and those about sit at home. The next segment is going to be our finance and what happened in the United Kingdom here, based on the company's house. We're taking it step by step. We're going to establish about the company house, what happened in because after the math with the finance, we're going to talk about what happened, because company house with the finance came at the same time, right? It was like, if you remember vividly, when Sophia Kano went to change Onyendu's them as the director here in the United Kingdom. Those documents, we're going to pop it out again for the whole world to see, because they want accountability. And come to the finance, we're going to bring evidence of what has transpired based on the finance aspect of things. You understand me, Mazi? So, yes. And they have so many errats that are talking, but I don't want to mention names because we don't need to talk about them.
Mazi, I want to say something, please, before events will take over what I want to say. You see, when they started the issue of the sit at home, the politics they were playing, that was when Chinasa was trying to muzzle himself on everybody. This was what gave birth to the genesis of this their stupid leadership they were using. That slang they were using, leadership.
Yeah, we know.
It was this that gave birth to it. I told you, on 30th of July, because when I'm talking, I will give you the right date so that you can do your research. Then on 30th of July, while the beating was going on, I saw this Mohammed Abbas was shouting, Go, you can be the leader. Go and be the leader. Go and be the leader of IPOB. I was laughing. I told him, are you sick? The leader is there. You can communicate with him, and you are talking about another leadership. I said, are you insane? I asked him, said, are you mad?
So he's telling you to go and be the leader.
Then I should not take over the leadership of IPOB. I said, he's sick. Okay. I asked him, said, don't you people know what discipline is? Discipline means doing the right thing when there is nobody there.
Yeah.
That is what simple definition of, discipline.
Yeah. You don't like it, but you have to do it.
They didn't do that. They were coming. That was how this issue of the leadership started. Now what happened? They moved it a bit further through the Saktola Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Of course, I want to make it clear. Ifeanyi Ejiofor, as it stands today, he is the leader of this DSS leadership.
No, Mazi is renegades. They are renegades.
I know. Everything they are writing, everything they are doing is Ejiofor that is behind it. We know. Because the government are pushing money to them. But they don't know that they came very late. That we've been here before. What they are doing now is just a child's play. Mm-hmm. It was from there, they moved it a bit further. And the question was, so that tells you that this issue they are talking about leadership did not start today. They have planned to overthrow Onyendu. Now, in August, I'm putting that same August 2021, when they called a meeting, it was about appointment of a leader in their group. Chena Sanwo-Oru, Muhammad Abbas was there, Chike Doziem, Tony Zulumike, all of them were there. Nelly, including Simon Ekpa that is in detention now, in prison today. So when they met, the nomination, they thought that Nelly was going to nominate Chike Doziem. He nominated Simon Ekpa, that he wants Simon Ekpa to be the leader. That was that very day. That was where their problem started. They went haywire. That very minute they went haywire. That was where their problem started. They pulled out. This one pulled out. They started now attacking Kanu, attacking Simon Ekpa.
Maz, 1 minute. Even to go to that extent of having a meeting, a parallel meeting to appoint a leader. Remember, just like what he said, discipline is when you're doing something that is hurting you, but you have to do it because it's the right thing. Now, sometimes you have to give flower to whom is due. If you remember, they tried this at 2015 as well. But remember, there was deputy then. The deputy refused. If you remember vividly, the same move was made. The same thing that happened now is what we experienced 2015. It happened.
I stopped. If they did it in it was after the arrest of Onyendu 2015.
Yeah.
But in 2017, they tried it in March. I can tell you vividly, the day they planned the coup, that was in March, 10th of March, 2017, in Victoria. I stopped it that very day. I was the one that stopped it. They knew what happened. That was what they came to do. A lot of them. From one on any and all the rest of them came down from the United States. That was what they came to do. But it was forward. So I'm not new to do all these things, all these games are playing. I'm not new to it. But one thing is certain. There is a leader. And the leader is there. You can't be talking about another leadership. That is madness. So now tell me, after causing all these problems, they are still running around, talking nonsense. They can't even come out and tell their followers, this is exactly what we did.
No, they wouldn't do that, Mazi.
And you said that you want Onyendu to be communicating with you. How can he communicate with you when you've done all these things? It's in the open. You are still covering it and doing as if people don't even know what people are doing. This is crazy. These are the things you can do with a child maybe that is 2 years old, you know, when you give them something sweet, when you ask for it, they'll put their hands behind as if you're not seeing it. That is exactly what these adults, these idiots are doing. That is what they're doing. And when people are talking, you see them, they are coming ranting. What are you ranting? Tell them the truth. Let them come out. Let me ask them questions. Or let them ask me. I will explain to them what happened. So this was something they planned long ago. Before this happened. Even the rendition of Onyendu, they were all aware of what happened. They were all aware of what happened because it was well planned. Thank you, Mazi.
No. Mazi Lawman, are you still here? Mazi, I think, well, like I said, tonight I was gonna play a video of Chike Doziem where, remember when those Umuada, if you remember the Umuada, that is what I'm saying to this buffoon, there's this old woman that is in Biafra land, she don't understand. When they held meeting and where Chike Doziem have to confess in the middle, he accepted that the leader is there. So if the leader is there, Chike Doziem, why do you have a parallel meeting to appoint a new leader? At least we have to show people what has happened. Mazi Lawman, because I will play that video, then we need to shut down because we have to come back on this program. It has to be segment. We have to do it. Mazi, like I said, the account, because of this money thing they are talking about right now, we need to prove the account and what they did in United Kingdom. If you remember, Chike Doziem, that is when some people are asking questions if IPOB have structure. They will have 3 heads, which is head of Directorate of State, head of finance, and head of media. This is how the structure is. And these 3 heads are intertwined. They work, everybody work on their own. They answer directly to Onyendu, but they can still work together. Because if you have your assignment on people that are in the finance, you don't get involved with it. Even when we have deputy leader, he never for one day involved in the finance. So you are administrative head of the Directorate of State. What are you doing with our finance? The money and all the plot, they plotted United Kingdom here to take over. Because I had someone talking about company in UK, and the person talking don't even know what he's talking about. They don't even know how the company was established in United Kingdom. They don't know. Now, without that company, there won't be any IPOB. IPOB will never exist. They didn't know that. Mazi Lawman is having network issue. So I wanted to bring Chike Doziem audio. After I play that, then we'll wrap up. Mazi Lawman, are you there? Mazi Lawman?
I think he's having a network issue.
Yeah, I brought him back, but I think he's not hearing me anyway. So Mazi, like I said, there's a voice I want to play. Let me see if it's the right one.
That is what I have been trying to let our people know. That is also what the enemy wants us to prove. They want us to isolate our leader. Isolate him in the sense that believing that he's not in control. Onyendu is in control, and that is what we must push across. I am second in command. When there are issues that I can deal with immediately and deal with as second in command that does not need the input of Onyendu, I deal with them. Because I know he has taught me how to deal with those issues. But if there are so weighty issues that we need the first in command to make an input, I will act according to his instructions. And as I'm speaking to you, Onyendu is seized of the allegations about his head of finance. I know the instructions as he told me to.
Okay, Mazi, the reason why I play this voice is it has to do with the finance as well, right? This is why I tell people everything we do, we have evidence of them. This is Chike Doziem's voice. And if you remember, it's about Madam Nenyanya. He knows all of that, but he still go against his own will. His word, he eats his word, because after he spoke, you go back and do opposite to what he have said. You know that our leader is there. This is when they were accusing Malami that Malami stole money from one that was in America. But evidence, we have the evidence. $179,000 that was in our account in America, which Madam Riteze. We have all this evidence, including Madam Oyibo. All the things they did, we have all this evidence.
It's about 700 and something thousand, please.
740, I'm making mistakes. 749,000. Everything, I have it. I have the document, everything, I have it. So I'm going to bring it again to show Biafrans, just like as we just said now, Chikedozem know that's their leader. So why is Chikedozem having a parallel meeting if you have your leader is there? You can make some decision, but you have to reach out to your leader when it comes to critical decisions.
You know, I want to say something here. They are telling people lies. They never wanted to say the truth for obvious reasons. From the day we started, the lawyer started visiting Onyendu. That was in July. Onyendu was communicating with every one of them. He gave instructions, he gave them directives through his lawyers. What did they do? You know, Chikedozem went to ask for the leadership, to take over the leadership of IPOB after he must have dined with devil.
Yeah.
After eating with devil, he felt that he's full now, then he can come out to do whatever he wants to do. But he doesn't know that IPOB doesn't go that way. Yeah. He knew exactly what they knew exactly what they did. Exactly what they did. He knew very, very well. He shouldn't even forget, even that very day, when Onyendu was renditioned, he went missing. They were supposed to have a meeting with him in America. And he knew that very, very well. But they all came out, were just pretending as if they never knew what happened. This same group of men, they were all in Nigeria. All of them went to Nigeria to meet the politicians in Nigeria to collect their share. All of them.
I remember when the news came, all of us were like, we didn't believe it because, you know, he had said, thinking that they were doing their job. But when we understood that all these things was potentially true was when Tony Nzulumike actually said on tape that he went back home and get married and all that. Remember, he was sleeping in our office.
Not only even that. What about the issue of Muhammad Abbas? Chinasaboru? I told you all of them went home. From Chikedozem, Tony Nzulumike, all of them, Chinasaboru, all of them were in Nigeria to go and dine with the politicians in the Southeast. They knew that very well. He was saying that he didn't go to Nigeria. But what happened when he did his Facebook post that Hope Uzodinma is looking for him with DSS? That he has seen all of them. Yeah. Then I ask you a question. Is it me that wrote that? The answer is no.
I don't know how will Hope looking for you if you're not there?
So, is there or do we have DSS in Kuwait?
I don't know, Mazi. It's very pathetic.
So this tells you all you need to know. So they should stop making fool of themselves. They can deceive all these idiots. They are giving 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira to buy petrol and be talking nonsense. The facts and the figures they do not have.
No.
And before somebody will talk, I will always suggest go and do your research very, very well before you come out to argue.
It's true.
Everything I'm saying today,
I agree with you.
Is you can prove it.
Of course.
It's self-evident.
Yeah, of course.
It is.
Of course.
Thank you.
The time of saga has gone by. They've gone haywire. You know, there's a particular individual, they've gone crazy. You know, we see this kind of uproar when 2017. You know, when I talk about 2015, when everything started, but when 2017, if you remember, because it dragged. You know,
when the heat was on.
So it went gradually till everything now. Before Onyendu now made the announcement, made the announcement. Then everybody go local. Then they have microphone, just like what they're doing now. Before I think he was going to, climb the ocean. Where are they today? They will fizzle away. They will yap, and everybody will going to fizzle away. It's a matter of time.
And they knew exactly what led to that. That was when they went and took money from Moses Okalo to open Radio Biafra International.
Of course, yeah, I know.
And it was on that 14th of March, 2017, they launched it. And that was the way the problem started.
Yeah. I remember telling Imam Mazi, I called Imam Mazi personally. I called him, I said, Barrister, can we settle this thing within the hierarchy? I called him because I was close to Imam Mazi. I liked Imam Mazi, I won't lie to you. You know, because he's a man after our leader's heart. But if somebody like that could fizzle away, who do you think you are? It's not IPOB. Even if Chomofo said it, he will yap after yapping. And he knows. And he himself have tried. It didn't work out for him as well. That's why you see all these mad people all over the place, all these disgruntled individuals, you know, talking things they don't know. Because people don't realize, when, just like I'm mounting this microphone now, saying this, I cannot change my word tomorrow. That's what we talk about discipline. He can't say that you're with Mazi Nanka. You can't say that Mazi Nanka did not do XYZ. Today you send different things. Nobody will take you serious. And you contradict yourself. That could get you into a lot of trouble. You can't speak to both sides of your mouth. Consistency. There's a video of our leader I was looking for, but I didn't have it, where Onyendu was addressing our people in America about what they offered him, right? My next segment, I'm going to play that video, right? For those who are talking about accountability. But accountability, we will give you the accountability. Let us give us accountability from United Kingdom, the money they stole from UK for. Let's start with UK. Let's start with UK because I'm here. I know what happened here. I won't talk about somewhere I don't know. I will start with United Kingdom to narrate what happened here. And the 749,000 will have the evidence how they stole the money, share it among themselves. So who is going to give account of what? Our account in Germany, they interfere with our account in Germany, which of course you guys are still dealing with that issue. Yeah. So who is going to give which accountability are they talking about? For the last 5 years, can they give account of money they have collected and money have gone to Onyendu through them? They've collected from IPOB. It's very important that all these things we need to spell it out. But we'll start with bringing the evidence before we move forward because I mean, Mazi, that is the least we could do. Lawman, can you hear me? Mazi, I think Lawman has got a network problem, so we're going to wrap up, like I said. And Mazi, is there any can you give us a closing remarks? Then we can shut the program down, like I said.
One thing I have to tell Biafrans this evening: before you talk, make sure you have your facts and figures. And even those who are listening, ask questions. Because gone are the era where somebody will come out and be telling you something, you swallow it, hook and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker, and think, oh, nothing happened. No, it's wrong. Ask questions for you to know exactly what you do not know. When the person tells you the truth, you know. If the person lies to you, you know. But I have seen problems in this movement. And I know these people dined with demon. And they think that they pull IPOB down, yes. But they never knew what IPOB is.
They die with demon. They demon themselves. I don't think they die with demon, but they, you know, like what happened is that they exhibit what they already are. Is what in them. They didn't die with any demon. They're demon themselves, if you ask me. They haven't died with demon.
After dining with demon, the demon gave them sense. They become demon themselves to fight.
So now the one that was hidden in them now just come out.
Yes. You know? So the thing that is hidden in them, somebody will come out and tell you, oh, and do as if he doesn't talk. I can tell you, even in the history. Huh? That one you are saying, Chikedozen is even worse than Uche. It's 100 times worse than Uche Nasibu.
Now, listen, Mazi, I will say, you know, regardless whatever we will have to say, all of us are under oath. So I don't speak ill against my fellow comrade. But there's no comparisons between those era and these people now. There's no comparisons. Onyendu, who gave our leader Onyendu is Uchemofo. Uchemofo is the person that gave our leader Onyendu. He gave him the supreme leader. Uchemofo gave him Onyendu that same name. Not to me, he's the one that gave him. You're not Onyendu. He called Onyendu. Uche first started it. Supreme leader, he's the one that gave it to him. Director Boima Mezu. But this man done something that actually could go back and look at what they have done. Chikedozen was a total failure. There was one audio Uche Nasebu made where he classed what's it called? Chikedozen. And I will not take it away from him because what he said there was actually truth. These people are the most lowest of the lowest of IPOB. The expectation was zero. They have nothing to offer. So far as I'm concerned, since Onyendu was a rendition, can you remember one significant thing they have done? There's nothing.
We'll come mad. What are they like China Sanwó that was sacked from IPOB for stealing IPOB money in Kuwait?
Oh, Kuwait, yeah.
He came back and be ranted. He came back and be ranted. And if he came out and said that we were called Agule Chamber. If Jeff wasn't that gave me Agule Chamber. But now all Agule Chamber pussycat. You are running from left, right, and center. You are a man. You are head.
Let me say something to you. China Sanwó accepted that Onyendu. There was one day he said it on broadcast. I have that broadcast. He said that Onyendu suspended him. He didn't say he stole money. He said because he ate
IPOB money in Kuwait. He ate IPOB money in Kuwait. That is why he said that hungry men can't be freedom fighter.
And this is one of the anger that is harboring against our leader. They are harboring against our leader because he gets punished for doing something wrong. So he's taking all these things is what they have combined together because the guy himself, because even though we have his pictures, is hiding. He's not someone that is visible because he's not a real person. He's an imposture. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to survive it, though, Mazi. To be honest, he's not going to survive it. Like I said, Biafrans, this is interruption section, and we're doing this program for educational purposes for our people because the truth must come out. Like I said, my monologue, I can't have reiterated again. Before you say anything, make sure you have your facts right. Just like you have me, China Sanwó, including Chikedozen. Anything we're analyzing is their word. If he said that our leader have to account, he have to show us where the money is. Because the people that own our money is Chikedozen and his cronies. They are the one that hold IPOB money as it stands right now. They hijack all out. Even in Italy, we have evidence of them stealing money from Italy. They stole money from everywhere. From United Kingdom here to Italy, we don't program series of programs. So people that ask them questions, there is enough of evidence. Like I said, I'm gonna start unpacking them gradually for you to digest. After the end of the program, we're gonna cut these videos and put them out there for Biafrans to have. Don't let them confuse you. What you must pay attention to now is the new phase of IPOB. Our leader is the arrowhead of this struggle. Nobody else. He commands the army of everything. It doesn't matter where Onyendu is. He's still our supreme leader. Supreme. Did you know the word of supreme? He's our supreme leader, whether you like it or not. So regardless of people hiding under their wife wrapper, shouting and making noise, it doesn't equate to anything. Mazi, Lawman, if you can hear us for us to give us your closing remarks before we go, please. If not, I will close the program because I don't think he can hear me. So Mazi, yes. I think that's it for you, right?
Yes, thank you very much. And I will say, before we go, the atrocities, I repeat again, that is being committed in Biafra land today, China Sanwó should be held responsible. Chikedozen should be held responsible, and the rest of them for failing to carry out the instruction of our leader. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very much. That was Mazi Kanuntakanu. And my co-host is having problem with his network. And this is where we're going to be wrapping up this program this evening. But like I rightly said, we are going to continue this segment of the aftermath of Onyendu's rendition, just for educate you. Those that are doing saga, before you say anything again, we'll reiterate, make sure you have your facts right. Very, very important. Very, very important. And it's from me from here. It's good evening. This is still Biafra Radio. Thank you. And may Chukwuka continue to guide and protect all of us and preserve our leader for us because we have no other. He is our supreme leader. He has seen it all. He paid all the price. He be tested, tried, everything you can think of. Mazi MNK has taken too much to bear with him and his family. His whole household, including his 2 parents, have passed away. So much of force. And to be fair, in what we are fighting for, doesn't matter how long. It can take 60 years for us to survive, to get what we want, but we cannot coexist in where we are right now because we are not being wanted. That is the main fundamental reason why we will keep on pushing until Biafra is restored. And remember, that's the only prophecy that is still wrangling. Our leaders say, Biafra will be the last miracle, and Biafra shall be restored in our time. Thank you for listening. Deon.